Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Hold on, let me adjust the audio a teensy bit. So I've had a bit of a weird day today, I think. Oh, it's the monitoring now? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've just had a weird day. I took the day off from work for, I took the day off from work to rest, and I napped twice. And like at the start of the day, obviously I was tired, which is why I slept. But I went and I ran out of cough drops over the weekend because I was having some trouble with the weekend and like not feeling great, everything else. And so I went and I decided to buy a different kind of cough drop than I usually do, because it said soothes the throat. It's like the Mucinex brand. And oh my, do not do that. Like they taste so bad. And like not that cough drops are meant to be candy or anything like that, right? But like the honey drops and whatnot that you can get, like kind of like the orange bag, those are delicious. And so like not only do you feel your throat getting better, but you're also like, so tasty. The Mucinex ones are like these, they're like a dark teal, like a dark green, teal, aquamarine teal. They're a dark greenish blue, and like they were fine at first, and then I got down to like towards the center of it or something, and it tasted so bad. Like it reminded me, I spit it out by the way, I had to throw it out, but it reminded me of the nail polish stuff that I own. It's like, it's not nail polish, but it's like a clear coat that you can put on your nails that tastes really, really bad, as like a way to train yourself to not bite your nails. It works very well, by the way. And it's just clear. Like it makes your nails slightly shiny, but like not overly so like anyone can wear it. It's unisex. But the main point is to avoid biting your nails. But like that shit tastes awful. And and the Mucinex cough drops taste just like that. It's so gross. What? Oh shit, I just hit the clip button back. Sorry about that. I didn't need to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna hit the button. I'm gonna keep yapping for another minute while I finish like orienting myself and telling you my story about my day before we get into this. And I'll run the ad so that the pre-roll shuts off for 20 minutes for anyone who's coming in. But yeah. So like over the weekend, I got really tired. I actually was like kind of productive, but I got really tired as well. And last night I was having like stomach problems, right? Going to the bathroom and everything else. And then I was sitting playing Pokemon while I watched Vinesauce stream. And I'm just sitting there doing nothing but touching my controller, battling people. And then like water, my nose starts bleeding. Like just like a faucet of blood. So I'm assuming that one of the many reasons I felt bad this morning was like a lack of blood. Whatever I was going through that was like giving me a cough and other things, and just like not having enough sleep and being tired. So anyway, I rested today. I took 2 naps. I drank like 2 or so bottles of water. I have another bottle of water in front of me, as well as the Diet Coke that you heard me open a little minute ago. And I ate a pack of saltines, amongst other things. So I'm feeling better-ish. But if I don't go like all in on the voices today, that's why. Okay, my throat is still recovering from how disgusting that Mucinex cough drop was. Oh. Oh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 9, 10, 11.
Death time. Why would you kill it? Oh no. Wait, what? Why is this bowl in noodles? I mean, why is this face in noodles? Shisha's dead. Do you think he did it? No, if he did, then what do we do? Pull yourself together. Don't worry, I have an idea. We'll call the attorneys. It's not Kabuki. What is, Rakugo. He's a Rakugo guy. Rakugo is pretty entertaining if you ever want to enjoy some good storytelling. Looking at Rakugo on YouTube is a good time. The heck? What's Athena? Who brings a defendant to his own trial late? Plus, the request was so last minute, I didn't even have a chance to talk to my client. He said he's late for a very important date. My name is Athena Sykes. Armed with analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how, fully competent defender of the right anything agency. Though I wish my client would show up already. Trial's about to start. Just made it just in time. Where have you been? Trial's about to start, Simon. Wait, as in Simon... Yeah. Hi, Blackwell. You needn't get so worked up, Athena. His boldness can wait. There's no way he'd wait for me. Besides, why would I want to start off on the wrong foot with him right out of the gate? Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, covering for your lateness is not. Still but a rank amateur, I see. He looks like such a skunk. So is he a lawyer now? This is Simon Blackwell. He might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor and a psychology specialist. He and I go way back. As for our shared specialization in psychology, we're both disciples of the same person, so to speak. But he's kind of my senior, I guess. But twisted sense of humor or no, wish he stopped treating me like a child all the time. You are my senpai, my only senpai. So where are Right Dono and Justice Dono? Mr. Right is abroad, and Apollo's helping Trucy with her magic show. Did I tell you? They're what? So neither one of them are here? Leaving you to take this on alone? Yep. Ye gods. Call Right Dono back. It's not too late. Oh no, not too late at all. You only need to know how to teleport. Very well. Then I will settle for Justice Dono. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here. Apollo's literally in the middle of a show, Simon. You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. Just leave this to me and go watch from the gallery. As your defense derails in spectacular fashion. No, as I win the heck out of this trial. I'll be okay, promise. So wipe that look off your face already, okay? Anyway, I take it the guy behind you is... Yes, use your... He's asleep again. Oi, Bucky, wake up. Yeah. Oh, what'd you do that for, Simey? Oh. It appears we have a lush for a client. Who's this yellow jiggity? She is your lawyer, such as it were. I say she's more green than yellow, however. Lawyer? She sure doesn't look it, does she? She like your fellow apprentice or something? Something like that. Known her longer than I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another. Oh, okay. Well, guess you better call her Miss Chickadee then. Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he's 3 sheets to the wind at his own trial. I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind. Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial. Miss Jiggity. Don't call me that. How'd you do? Simon here's an old friend of mine. I'm the 4th generation head chef of Wet Soba. Wet noodle number 4, Bucky Wet. Nice to meet you. Is he related to the O'Doul's noodle guy at all? Nice to meet you too, Mr. Wet. So he can pull himself together when he wants to. If only the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes. Having been accused of a murder that only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy. And you happened to be there at the theater where it all happened too, right? They said they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room. Indeed. The victim, Master Stoya Taifu Tornado, was a longtime patron of Wet Soba. Master Tornado had been looking after Bucky ever since Wet Noodle number 3 passed away. I see. So the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh? That stupid old fart. Like a father? No way, he's always dishing us over. How dare you speak ill of him? Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of his murder in the first place. Pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave. But Simon, the police don't believe me. They won't listen to me. Looks like he's still in shock from the whole deal. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now. You mean you believe me, ma'am? Of course. No matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end. Gee whiz, Miss Chickadee. Now come on. You need to shape up. Just like those al dente noodles of yours. Yes, ma'am. My soba's the freshest. Mr. Wet? Bucky, you great big pillock. So, how exactly do you know this guy? I used to frequent Wet Soba, and still do, in fact. So I've known him since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tornado were always so good to me. I didn't know you liked Soba so much, Simon. I wouldn't expect one such as you, who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread, to understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour. Hey, that's just rude. But I digress. All about flavor and subtlety and stuff. If I let Wet Soba end like this, I'll never be able to face number 3 or Master Tornado in the next life. And that's why you came to me. You wanted somebody you could trust. It was never my intention to ask you. I'll show him. Show him I can handle it just fine. Well, I believe it's just about time. What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet. What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out. I'm just trembling with the excitement of battle. That's all. Oh, Gates. Oh, sorry. Oh, Gates. Let's do this. Words hard, read, brain not work. Come on, Mr. Wet. Get him off the floor. We've got a case to win. Yes, Miss Chickadee. Gonna do my best, Chick.
Wet Soba. Wet Soba. Wet Soba. Wet Soba. Wet Soba.
Oh, that's his phone. Yellow. 2 bowls of noodles. Sorry, is there no can do? Kind of busy at the courthouse. Huh? They hung up. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Not gonna do himself or his case any favors like this, Simon. Maybe we should let him go get some rest somewhere. Me rest? Maybe over a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh like my soba, and you don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. He's blacked out. Oh boy, just knew something like this would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba you were talking about? First, buckwheat seeds, or groats, are ground to make buckwheat flour. Then dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so that the soba is fresh when eaten. Oh, so that's what he meant. I don't want to eat your soba right now, though. That's for sure. Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get into the courtroom now. Just remember, as a prosecutor, I'll be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my quarter. There you go. Treat me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for help anyway. Huh, just you wait, Simon. I'll show you. I wonder, in the Japanese version, does she call Simon Senpai at all? Mr. Ren and Apollo might not be here, but that's alright. I can do this on my own. I assume this is going to be a 2-day case and Apollo will join on the second one. Or maybe Simon will just be our little buddy. That'd be fun too. That would be a good time. Court is now in session. All rise for the baldness. Court is now in session for the trial of Bucky Wet. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor. How are you here? Weren't you just in Kurain prosecuting and being a thorn in Wright's side? What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor Samati. That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby. How very thoughtful of you. By the way, what brings you back to this country? Yeah, my question exactly. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case. Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no qualms with sending her down to hell. You have a score to settle with Apollo, not me. More importantly, I am not a callow thing, a qualified and capable attorney. Then what is that yellow attire, if not proof of your immaturity, you small spring chick? Now, cease your shrill chirping. Oh, now, Prosecutor Smutty. She is still only a teenager. Please go easy on her. Great. I'm the judge is giving me the kid treatment. Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor? Yes, I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor Samati, give your opening statement. I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they underestimated me. Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th, at a storyteller's theater called Kurukuru Te. The victim was a great master of the tornado school of Rakugo, or comedic storytelling. His name was Typh Tornado. The scene of the murder was the theater's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff entrance hallway. There's an inner and outer sliding door. The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined. The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, and there is no murder weapon. Now submit the incident report to the court. Do you think the freshness of soba noodles is going to be important for this case? Prosecutor Sanmahi, how can you name Mr. Wet as the culprit when you don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what? While it is true that the weapon and precise method are, as yet, unknown, the accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. Explain this assertion in further detail as we continue. Doesn't mean he has some kind of evidence to present. Now will the accused care to plead his case? Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes? Sorry, Your Honor. I'm afraid Mr. Wet isn't feeling very well and is resting in the infirmary. Surely it is the lack of a clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court. Great. Starting off on the wrong foot already. Mr. Wet is the head chef of a soba shop frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went to the theater at the victim's request. Typh Tornado was a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he himself made there. Making soba is one thing, but making it in a theater dressing room is a bit much, no? Master Tenor truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable. And yet, the accused had ample motive. For when the victim is safe, we discovered the deed to the accused's shop. Mr. Wet was to inherit Wet Soba when he lost his father recently. However, it's believed the victim stole the shop's deeds during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back. Huh. Are you sure he wasn't just holding on to it? Like, for safekeeping? Murder with a deed to a shop. It does sound like a plausible motive. So that's what this case is about. Wish Simon had filmed me in a little better. Could have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had. Defense. From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case. Well, you see... You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared. You are an embarrassment to your profession, you putrid egg yolk. Ugh. I'm sorry. Paul's a red pepper, and now I'm an egg yolk? We just started and I've already been demoted from spring chick. I'm ready to call my witness, Your Honor. Let us listen to the words of one who was present when the crime was discovered. Someone who was there when the victim's body was found. Very well. Witness, please take the stand. You would think after napping twice today that I wouldn't yawn. Oh. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor. Prosecutor Blackwell? You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand. There simply wasn't time. What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. Had you shared the damning scene you witnessed beforehand with the defense, you could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster. Damning scene? What in the world did Simon see? Prosecutor Sanmati, was it? Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm. By all means. This case involves Rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle the case competently? Are you implying that I'm not qualified for this case? Not yet. Simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic. For now. It is a prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on Rakugo last night and grasped the overall idea of it. What could you possibly grasp in a single night? Rakugo is a form of entertaining storytelling that originated in the land of Japan. In it, the storyteller sits alone on the stage with only a fan and a towel and the Rakugo artist tells long, whimsical stories, giving each character a distinct voice. This traditional art was originally invented by monks to make sermons more interesting. Are you satisfied? If not, I can explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous story of Jugamu instead? Jugamu, Jugamu. Ugh. It appears you have put in a bit of study. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackwell. I can see why you are known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. Now, I would love to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind. If that is your honor's request. Jugamu, Jugamu. Your honor, can we please get back to the trial? In case you're not familiar with Rakugo, the Jugamu one is the one with the dude with the really, 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 really long name. Where, like, I can't remember if he, like, gets beat up at school or stabbed or something else, but something bad happens to him, and like while they're trying to call for like help, like in using his name, he dies or something because his name is too long. It's very silly. Oh, all right. Yes, of course. I nearly forgot. Seriously? Of all the things for you to forget. Now then, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackwell, please tell this court what you witnessed. Excuse me, sorry. What Simon saw. What Simon saw. Is the next one to be what Simon says? I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body. So the last person to see him was Uendo? Oh, wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Wet of the crime. All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help but what it appears. But a qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right? Well, yeah, duh. Alright, I guess I better start by getting all the information out of him that I can. I feel like this is probably going to be a pressing every statement type deal. Because I can't imagine that they're going to have Simon have an inconsistency at all, you know? Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you go to the theater for in the first place? I went because I had received an invitation from Master Tornado. Yeah, see it for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple Uendo's promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Uendo II. So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name? You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when an artist inherits a predecessor's name. I see. So there was another Uendo Rakugo artist before? And this disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say? It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program. Ooh, here's Taifu Tendo is going to perform Toki Soba, or Time Soba. He is famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba, using only his fan as a prop. And Uendo was performing Soba Sei, or Soba Glutton. A soba-themed show, I see. It seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your boldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Geiro, followed by Uendo. And lastly, Master Tornado. Okay, that's helpful, probably. I see. So that's why you happened to be at the Storytellers Theater yesterday. Is there any details? Her balloon act? That one seems out of the ordinary, but alright, sure. Nothing found in the lungs. His fridge is open, which is kind of weird. He was also eating manju buns. He ate half a manju bun, it looks like. And maybe he was drinking. Huh. Okay. So what happened after you arrived? I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. And how did Master Tornado appear when you said hello to him? I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately we didn't actually meet. You didn't see him? Why not? Geiro escorted me to the dressing room. We heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done. You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room? Yes, not just me, but Geiro as well. In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m.? Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tornado. Could tell because of the time soba routine being performed in there. Toki soba. Okay, that is what he was going to do. That means the victim was killed sometime after that. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time. Garo and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Trainer to finish practicing when Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things. What happened after that? We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes. Better come up with some kind of counter-argument and fast. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Wendo, apparently then entered the room soon after. What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in? No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Garo was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all. I see. And why do you suppose Wendo went to the dressing room anyway? He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. A disciple was to pay their master's respect right before and after each performance. And all disciples are expected to do this? Okay, Wendo was... So wait, Wendo had finished Soba Glutton then at that point? But Garo didn't go in and pay their respects, right? Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakugo artists. I see. Can you tell us what happened after Wendo went into the dressing room? Certainly.
Hold it!
And how did Wendo act at the time? After Wendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room and Wendo came flying out. Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time? 2 or 3 minutes. No, just Wendo's woeful scream. I see. 2 or 3 minutes is a long time to be in a room with a dead body. Just saying. Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. While Prosecutor Blackwell and Garo were in the hallway waiting for Master Tornado, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room, and about 10 minutes later he came back out of the room, seeming rather angry. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Wendo Tornado went into the room. From the stage, okay. A few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Wendo gave a scream and came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Garo then went into the whole room and saw the body for themselves. From the circumstances, it's quite clear that the accused murdered the victim. This is crucial testimony indeed. Is it, though? I mean, yes, it is crucial, but I mean, like, the time periods are rather bizarre, I think. If his face was down in the bowl of noodles the entire time, then what even? Defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it all go now and allow the victim his last rites? Not on your life. If Wendo went into the dressing room too and was the first to discover the body, then who's to say he didn't commit the crime? Wendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed murder in that time, nor without making any noise. Oh, Simon, why did you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little better to work with here? Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I am certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw what you need yourself. There's no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it all that well. Prosecutor Blackwell, watching you collude with the defense like this, I see that you are no prosecutor. Begone, witness. You shall haunt this sacred hall no more. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised. I'll remember this, you blackguard. Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this. Would I have my way, he would not be the only one here to step down. You half-boiled putrid egg yolk! Ew. I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess. Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening act of a Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution. And who is this witness? The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered. She's another entertainer at the Tornado School. Miss Gairo Tornado. Oh, so she has something to gain from Tornado dying then. Nice shoes. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Isn't this the girl who, like, the internet had a thing about? Oh gosh, it is. It is her. No. Oh no. All the jokes. Oh, I don't know about a clown being a Rakugo. Sorry, that's a little interesting. Alright, anyway. Hello everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with a twisty twist. Very nice. And bloom! There you have it. A stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Gairo Tornado. Yeah. Just call me Gairo, sweetie. Gairo. Gairo. 1, 2. Balloon. She's bouncy. Are they full of balloons though? Like, how does this work? What a way to capture your audience's attention. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons. Is that what you're looking at, Judge? Please don't. You're talking about the hat, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club? Pretty please? Oh, absolutely. And please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Gairo, I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master. Of course I'm sad, but Shisha would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile with a twisty twist. And bloom, there you have it. One gorgeous cake. I see. Guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. Good balloon art's worse than a Rorschach test. All I saw was a severed monster head. What? Really, Athena? Gary, you're obviously a balloon artist. So how did you come to be a member of a Rakugo school? Oh, I guess, okay, I can see the monster eyes, I guess, but it looks more like a cake to me. So, well, my father, my late father, that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see? So I joined the Tornado School to be just like my daddy someday. I see. My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master, but that Bucky Wet, oh, how could he? Want to see him pay for what he does, for what he's done as quickly as possible. Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss. And not only that, but you have more to say about Mr. Wet? Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away. Is there any reason why I would say such a thing to you? He says the smell of my perfume will get into a soba and ruin it. Like, how can he say that? This is a great scent. How very rude of him. Don't blame you for being upset. Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Gary's balloons bias your judgment. Oh, this is going to be a case, huh? Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember? It'll be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, defense. Now then, Garu, please share the truth with this court. Yes, Garu, your testimony, please. So she's the one who did it, I assume. From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 p.m. when Shusa's body was found. Also, suffocation. Balloons. She did it with the balloons somehow. From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 when Shisha's body was found. Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Wendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jukmo was barking like mad. Is that the name of your dog? Prosecutor Blackquill, do you have any objections to those witnesses' testimony? No. Look at your bloody mind, sad monk Samati. First you exorcise me, now this. You need only do as you are instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul. Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Samati, and I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. What are you asking Prosecutor Blackquill for? I'm the one you should be checking with. There's a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackquill. He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Stono. Well, I won't let either one of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness. Hope you can make Prosecutor Samati see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow your cross-examination, so you better strike while the iron's hot. I believe in you. Alright, let's press everything. So the murder must have happened sometime in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it? I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what happened, you know? Isn't that right, Simon? Yes. Geiru and I can both confirm that Master Tornado still lived at around 4 p.m. Oh, yeah, you can, can't you? See? Are you sure he wasn't like the sound of a TV? Actually, yeah, he does actually have a TV that is unplugged, maybe? Or, well, yeah, the TV is unplugged. The refrigerator is not, it looks like. But I wonder if the TV was unplugged on purpose, like it was playing like one of his old tapes or something. Because that could be used to do it. The fact that the two of you were there in front of the dressing room means you were able to see everyone who went in and out, right? Of course. Or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while standing up or something? No, of course not. And I saw everything, I tell you. Fine, so you say anyway. But did you really? Only the defendant and Uendo entered around the time of the murder? That's right. That's why it must have been Bucky who killed poor Shisho. Let's take a deep breath, okay, Geiru? So not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time. I told you over and over, didn't I? There was nobody else. I must apologize on the lawyer's behalf. Even her memory is that of a spring chick. Please, overlook her transgression as best you can. Oh, I see. Poor thing. Hang in there, sweetie. Hey, who are you calling a bird brain, buddy? Jugamo? That's my doggy. Keep him at the theater. Let's see. I don't know why she's suddenly bossing. See, with a twisty twist. And bloom! There you have it. My cute little Jugaboo. He's kind of creepy looking. But he's a really, really good boy. And why was Jugaboo barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we'd have a new suspect in this case. Why was he barking again? Well, I remember. It was time for me to feed him. So I went into his yard and gave him some food. Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that? Nope. The door out into the yard was wide open. Okay. Wait, sorry. Is the door to the yard on the top part or the bottom part? I would have seen if anybody went to the dressing room. I don't think that's true. Prosecutor Blackwell, please come down to the stand for a sec, please. How many times must I do this? You saw what Gary was talking about, right? Why didn't you mention it before? Can't be expected to remember every minute detail. Well, remember them now, please. Did Gary go out into the yard? Oh, look! Wait, she's not like clowny right in there. She just looks normal. Interesting. Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Jugamu. And I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well. Oh? Really? I mean... she's at the dog bowl. Looking towards it. I mean, I guess she'd be able to see into it from there. Maybe, kinda. Awkward. There are 2 drink cans in the fridge. Do you recall anything else? It looked as though she was feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. And Jugamu couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in the corner of the yard. That's all I can remember. Interesting. Looks like Gary was telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Gary's last statement added to her testimony. As you wish, defense.
Hold it!
You know what this means, right, Gary? You weren't in the hallway the entire time after all, were you? Well, okay, so I did go out in the yard, but it was just for a second. And the yard door was wide open, so I could still see the dressing room the whole time. The door was wide open, so she could see the dressing room? Prosecutor Blackwell, I need you on the stand again, please. What am I, your lady in waiting? Do you remember anything about the time Gary was in the yard? Simply that Jugamu had buried the food he couldn't finish in the corner of the yard. All I can remember. Thank you. I really need to hear about the dog again, though. When I finished feeding Jugamu, I returned to the hallway. And then I saw Bucky go into the dressing room. No question about it. Okay, so around the time of the murder, Gary and Simon were hanging out just outside the dressing room. Just gonna have to find a flaw in there somehow if I want to get anywhere. Alright, so obviously it's this, right? I don't know about this. It really doesn't look like she'd be able to see into the dressing room from here.
Objection!
So you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard. Is that correct? That's right. The door out in the yard was wide open. Sorry, but that makes 0 sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There's a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony. Oh, I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Oh, it's okay. We'll point it out for you. Please, point out what contradicts the witness's testimony. This wall right here?
Take that!
Difficult ideas make my head hurt. But it's easy to see your head must be as light and empty as this balloon. I'm afraid I don't see anything contradictory about that spot either. Really? Heavy penalty for lightweight thinking. Nice. Huh? Wait, what do you mean? Are we talking about this then? Like the
Take
door.
that!
Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess it's not the wall, but the fact that the door is swung open and blocks the view.
Take that!
Gary was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open. Oh, I see. Yes, the door to the yard was wide open, as Gary said. It would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room. What? No way. But even if there were admittedly a few moments Gary was not keeping watch, how much would that really affect this case? It would greatly affect the case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Ooh. Gary, why did you try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room? What? I just need to blow the balloons up. Hide the fact. You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight. Right, witness? Well, I was so shocked by what happened, I was just confused, that's all. Even though she is trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she is being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected. Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed. But that wasn't what I was trying to do. Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. If we asked the people of this courtroom, I'm sure they would agree. But the gallery doesn't get a say in this. Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or that perhaps you are in the wrong? Fuck off, Nahuta. We're not in your backwards-ass country. Listen to them now with that keen sense of hearing you're so proud of. Wow, rude. Also, nice, No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Samadhi? The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. They literally don't. That lawyer's still in training, isn't she? Why is she all by herself? The voice of the gallery. I hear the voices of their hearts. So intense. I feel so alone up here fighting by myself. Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once. But I can't give up. I have to keep pressing on. As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door, the defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell's and Gary's testimony. Even now you would continue to resist. You are childish in defeat as well, I see. I'm not out for the count yet, Buster. Just getting started. Despite your posturing, is it not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment? With but a little push, you would surely succumb to despair. A little push, such as with this piece of conclusive evidence. Conclusive evidence, huh? That is correct. We find a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused, Bucky Wet. Look at these Japanese playing cards, known as karata, lined up on the table. The special English version code to card spelled a message. That message. Wet number 4. Wet number 4? You mean wet noodle number 4? Yes, wet noodle number 4. As the 4th head chef of Wet Soba is also known. This message points to none other than the accused, Bucky Wet. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, so Garu did that in the 2 to 3 minutes. Gotcha. This is really bad. What do I do? Where's the blood? Yes, because you're obviously lying. Also, can I see this skin? The red stains on the cards, do those make any sense with the blood that's there? You can say whatever you want, but we won't know until we... It is cruel to give the accused false hope. We will only compound his suffering. Wise people of the courtroom, do you not agree? Okay, they literally don't matter. This court does not follow your insane Kurinese kangaroo court world. We are the American kangaroo court world. Thank you. I'm trying to prove Mr. White's innocence here. I know you can hear them, defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused soul. It's time for you to let it go and move on, you inexperienced lawyer. You lack the competence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here. Is he right? It's too much for me to handle on my own? What is she doing to anybody? She should just quit right now. Now, defense, leave everything to this humble servant of Holy Mother. Thank you, Simon. He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man. Simon! And you fop doodles in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn the trial around. Does that prosecutor really think she can turn things around? Oh yeah, Simon. The mood in this courtroom is starting to change. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing at the defense's bench? Are you bored of watching from the gallery? Besides, if I were to leave this trial to this spring chick and lose my favorite soba shop in the process, I would be quite cross. You voluntarily stand on the side of impurity and sin. Truly, what a fool you are. To think you are so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. Whatever happened to qualified incapable, Athena? I just let my guard down a little bit. It won't happen again. Huh. Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle. I'm not girding up anything in this skirt. But I am ready to get serious. It seems there now yet another soul I must cast down into hell. I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest. But the fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life. A white and black reverse panda, that is. And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule. A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackwell. After all, he's already used to looking like a panda in this life. Who are you calling a panda? Sorry. I see that you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Geru, thank you for your service. You may step down now. Okie dokie. Bye bye, balloon. Look how happy she is. Does everything have to be about balloons with her? Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify about the current guards. And who was the witness this time? The first to discover the body, and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Uendo Tornado. Oh, sorry, I thought the Gabriel went in there. My bad. The time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on.
Very well. Let's bring in this witness then.
Boop, 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 boop. All right, then.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
I am the Rakugo storyteller, Uendo Tornado. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I'll certainly watch my words. I don't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. After all, that'd be a Raku no. Hee hee. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Hold it!
Okay.
You can't leave yet. You've only just introduced yourself.
My.
Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph? A moment. Oh. What do you think you're doing? No need to stand on ceremony. My fan deserves a fan, after all. A fan for a fan. Nice one. Why, if it isn't Simon? How are you on this fine day, sir? Quite a dilly of a pickle we found ourselves in. What did you say?
I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Uendo.
Never performed in a place like this, you know? Our butterflies here, can't you see? Why do I always get the weird ones?
Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand.
I suppose you're right. In that case, I was promoted to Futatsume yesterday and received the stage name of Uendo. The show is our way of celebrating my new name and middle rank standing. And then that happened. Never dreamed something like that had happened. Not in a million years. And just as I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shisho, too. Yeah, plus I'm worried about Geru. The way she clung to Shisho. Poor thing. Told her to keep a stiff upper lip. Stiff like rigor mortis. Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho will come scold you from the grave. I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know, if it meant seeing him again. Uendo, please. As charming as your various characters are, this isn't a Rakugo stage. Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene, the proof of the accused's guilt.
Okay.
I like that he brought a thing so I can kneel while he does this too. It's good. I noticed Shisho's die message right away. The stiff cars were right there next to the stiff, you see. You know, enough with the silly puns already. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in soba broth. So like Shisho not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style.
Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid.
But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor. And Uendo, the murder weapon hasn't been determined yet. So how can you say that the victim was drowned in soba broth? It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was found with his face shoved in a bowl. It's only natural to assume he was drowned in the broth for the noodles. Except we're not here to assume things, Uendo, so please stick to just the facts. Nice, so like a soba chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? And with the card message he left behind, it's clear Bucky Wet did it.
Setting aside the issue of the murder weapon for now, that dying message certainly does seem to be irrefutable evidence.
Indeed, it proves the absolute guilt of the accused. Ugh, I gotta admit that I can't see how that message could mean anything else. Bucky used soba for the deed, all to get back the soba shop deed. Testimony makes Mr. Wellick super guilty. I have to do something. Well, that's his conclusive evidence. What a farce. What do you mean, Simon? What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help. I did, and I won't. Thank you very much. Simon must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. Better listen carefully. Try to see what he found. I mean, the stiff part, right? Excuse me.
Hold it!
Wendo, when you saw the cards on the table, what made you think they were Master Tornado's dying message? Well, it was a coded message right there to the body. I'm sure anybody would have thought that they were there to name his killer. I love murder mysteries and often watch them on TV. Oh, I see. I saw a similar scene during the murder mystery marathon last Tuesday. That's what made me think this must be a dying message.
Hold it!
The cards were on the table your master's body was slumped over, right? You must have been surprisingly calm to notice them at the time. As I said, the stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, so they were hard to miss. But wouldn't it have been more natural to notice the victim rather than the cards? The message just caught my eye, because the stiff cards were right there next to the stiff. Yes, but that fact hardly seems significant enough to make a person take note of them. Stiff cards next to the stiff. So basically there was no real reason for them to catch your eye, was there? I feel like he's trying to tell me something. I do want to press though. Like, this seems obviously wrong, right? Like, the card shouldn't be stiff. Because there's spilled noodle broth on them. But I do want to press. I want to see the other dialogue. So, but that's what I'm going to present unless anything else comes up. So I need you to give your testimony, not perform a scene. Remember, you're on the witness stand, not the stage. Look at all these wonderful people in the audience. It's only natural for an entertainer to want them to have some fun. I guess we can let a few jokes slide, right?
Ah, the inevitable bleeding of your work into other areas of your life. You know how that is. I find myself being unwittingly judgmental in my personal life, too.
Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Well done, Your Honor. Guess you can't judge a judge by his cover.
Oh. I advise the defense not to be so critical of the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Much obliged.
Hold it!
The cards do spell out wet number 4, which could be interpreted as wet noodle number 4, I guess. Suppose you took this to mean Bucky Wet? There's only one wet noodle around here, and you've seen that giant 4 on his back. It's the only interpretation that makes sense. Yeah, I guess so. But wait a minute. What is it? What if there's another wet noodle in the area? What? Did I say something strange? Bucky is the sole heir to the shop. Enough with the ludicrous straw grasping. Yeah, how was I supposed to know? Just listen to the testimony again and find the glaring inconsistency. They very much spelled it out.
Hold it!
So the victim lined up those cards in his final moments? How can you be so certain that's how it went down? I know, Shisho. We'd never let someone get the last word on him, even in death. With his face in the silver broth and his consciousness fading away, he left a message that pointed toward Bucky as he left this world. It was the only way it could have happened. Wait, the only way? Now you're just speculating. Look, a dying message is something you leave as you're dying, right? Saw a scene like that in a detective show. Wendo, we have a saying in my country. Silence is more precious than diamonds. Please do not speak any more than is necessary. But talk is my livelihood, you know? Talk all the time, this and that, truths and untruths. I can't stop myself from talking. Hopefully he'll stick to the truths, not only those untruths. It's so like Shisho not to write Bucky's name out right. I mean, simply wasn't his style. But don't you think it's strange? Could a dying person really leave such a convoluted message? Even in the throes of death, it was in Shisho's nature to throw in a twist somehow. Truly the consummate entertainer to the very end, don't you think? Was he really that great of a man, Simon?
It would have been no easy task, to be sure.
But it owes. He wasn't an entertainer for 55 years for nothing. If I ever bite the big one like that, I want to leave a message as good as Shisho's. Well, let's hope it never comes to that. Simon, are all Rakugo artists like this? Hard to say. Could simply be the eccentricity of an entertainer. Perhaps he's hiding something. Well, he doesn't have to entertain people in the court of law. If he is trying to hide something, maybe he'll show up in a contradiction or something. Alright. I appreciate seeing his characters and whatnot. But also... Oh wait, it's not this? Really? It is nonsense. Wild guess incoming. Widget, shush. I'm not supposed to tell. That's funny. That's a good one. It's weird though. It too, widget. It's pretty good. Suffocation, nothing was found in the lungs. Is it?
Objection!
Yeah, it is that, okay. Alright. Hold on. We'll reload. We'll get our point back. But still, I do think it's odd though. Like, they highly emphasize the stiff part there, right? But like, the cards are wet. They're not stiff. Like that. Alright, anyway.
Objection!
There's a contradiction in Uendo's testimony.
And would you care to explain where, Miss Sykes?
Do we really need widget for this? Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs.
Well, yes, it does say that, doesn't it?
And if he had drowned in a bowl of soba, then there should have been soba broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth. Very nice. What? This is a contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Guess I showed you.
But if drowning in the soba broth wasn't the cause of death, then when was the victim's face thrust into the bowl?
Typing in his face was thrust into the bowl after his murder. Before, during, after. I would assume after. Because no soba broth was discovered in the victim's lungs, his head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's when the soba broth must have been spilled onto the cards. In other words, the victim could not have lined up the cards as he was drowning.
I see. So it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing?
To frame wet. I don't know yet. Oh, come on. It's so obvious. Use your brain, Athena. You boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity. But, and I suppose you know why? course. Desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the perpetrator.
Yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings toward the victim.
Feelings of resentment over the theft of the soba shop's deed, no doubt. Which is great. That judges even more unfavorable impression of
Silence!
Must you come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had time enough to set up Master Tendo's body, do you think they would have honestly failed to notice the dying message? Good point. The cards were right in front of his body, after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that.
Objection!
Oh, but the accused was rational at the time, given the way he stormed out of the room. Or sorry, was the accused.
Silence!
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask Gwenda. Me? You saw the cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious little of what I wish to know. Well, those cards are from Shisho's special Soba Scenes of Tokyo Past set. Each card is related in some way to Soba.
Spare me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the scene and no more.
Well, there was soba broth spilled all over them.
That's not much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Somebody, do you have a photo that shows the cards more clearly?
I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor.
Oh my, what delightful looking cards.
Well, well.
Tearing Prosecutor Sadmonk's conclusive evidence apart should be a breeze with this.
Yeah. I would assume... Yeah, I mean, the O isn't where it should be, right? Like, just look at this. So, the O should be on the top left. The W... The T should be where the O is. The N should be where the T is. So no, it's O N. Uh-oh, it's spelling a different name. And that's not a T, that's a... Oh, that is a T. Interesting. Huh?
Don't tell me you haven't noticed.
Don't be silly, of course I have. Not noticed anything, but I can't exactly say that now, can I? They spell it wet number 4. They don't, actually.
Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecutor's claim about these cards? We'll go on then.
Alright. Do or die. These cards are rearranged. These cards were rearranged.
But how can you tell?
Please, take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answers are right in front of us. Where exactly should we be looking, Miss Sykes? The picture of the soba broth stains. Focus your attention on the soba broth stains on these cards. The outline of these stains don't match up with the larger stain on the table.
Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And?
Please recall that the soba broth was spilled and got on cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl.
Yes, go on.
By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client.
Oh, then, if we put the cards back in their original positions,
We can restore the evidence and see who the cards are really pointing towards.
that's true.
Pokun. That's right, Pokunka away, Nobita. What are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so the stains match up. Let's see. Where was this W card? Here. H goes on the bottom. Right here. This one's down at the bottom. Owen fourth. Owen fourth.
Take that!
So the message, wet number 4, was originally supposed to say Owen fourth. This original message that included the identity of the true culprit.
What?
That indignant look on the prosecutor's sad monk's face is positively priceless. I would agree. This is absurd. Originally Owen the fourth. Wasn't wet number 4? Maybe the lawyer's smarter than we thought. Maybe. Big maybe on that one.
Order in the court. Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye.
Maybe like Transformers.
And now that that's settled, what does this Owen the Fourth mean?
Wait, am I...
Who else do you suppose is to provide an explanation? Of course it's you.
But I hadn't thought that far yet. Change the cards around all you'd like. But if you cannot explain what the message means, then it is as worthless as you are, defense. And so the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to earth. I had to do something, but what?
Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there.
Oh, right, that's a good idea. Come on, Athena, get a hold of yourself. Wendo, does the phrase Owen Fourth mean anything to you? No, there's no one named Owen in the Tornado family, or our Cyclo's friends. Yeah, but there's an Owendo. Go ahead, ask anybody you like. Can't be serious. Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have a suspected ton of
Silence!
I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this Owen Fourth is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wet. That in itself proves the defendant isn't the real culprit.
Prosecutor Blackwell's right. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather, who rearranged the cards?
Why did you point that out earlier if you already knew?
Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. The first was when Mr. Wet entered the dressing room, and the second was when Uendo discovered the body. Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me, who came to testify to the goodness of my heart?
Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming away, did you? Even a mere 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough time to get up to some devilry. So what exactly were you doing in that window?
Put down the tea and spit out your answer. What's a guy supposed to do at a time like this? Silence is more precious than diamonds, witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent.
Oh, okay, Hinayuta.
Sure. Yep. You just want to hide the truth. Asshole, I hate this guy so bad. The defense is devious. They're waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue. Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? In that case, Your Honor, I decided not to say another word. Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by law. Well, Prosecutor Blackhole, any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share? Did you hear that, Sykes-Dono? A Rakugo artist who's afraid to speak. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Are you trying to taunt him into talking? Such a petty trick will never work. That's right. I'm not going to fall for it.
I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, is it not your job to tell your tales if there's an audience to listen?
Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer.
The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's simply human nature.
Isn't that right?
People of the gallery. Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk. If so, then perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend.
Are you saying I should quit? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind out, how you know? Never mind what I just said. It is scary to talk. It's absolutely terrifying.
But no, as a Rakugo artist, I must talk.
If I don't, how can I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify. He did it. He managed to convince Wendo with his power suggestion technique.
Bully for you, Wendo. That's as real a Rakugo artist should be. Alright, the witness wishes to testify, then by all means please do.
To be turned by such an obvious ploy. What a man of weak spirit.
Says the man with the weakest spirit of all.
Food Matrix. Oh, okay. Oh, a yawn is coming. Excuse me. After my performance, I went to visit Shisha. Oh, I called him. I called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisha slumped over the table, motionless. From what I can tell, there do not appear to be any inconsistencies in the testimony. Of course there aren't any, because I'm not trying to hide anything. Prosecutor Somebody's right. I don't see anything inconsistent either. But I did pick up on some faint discord in Wendo's heart. Ponder all you would like, defense, but it is pointless. Your Honor, I believe there is no need for further deliberation.
Hold it!
I disagree, Your Honor. I detected discord in the voice of the witness's heart. It's a clear indication that Wendo is facing some sort of inner turmoil.
Are you saying what I think you're saying, Miss Sykes?
Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to conduct a therapy session.
Objection!
Wendo, there's no need for you to submit to this so-called therapy.
It's fine by me. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on.
Impetuous fool. Why will you not listen to the guidance of this humble servant of the Holy Mother? If the witness wishes to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor. In one ear and out the other. Seems this performer has no need for your so-called guidance, prosecutor sad monk.
Just know this, Wendo. Your folly will surely earn you divine retribution. Thanks, Simon. Make the most of this opportunity you created for me.
Just keep your wits about you.
I will. Wendo, could you tell us again about what happened in the dressing room? Alright. So he's happy, that makes sense. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. The happy is a little bit weird, but okay. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. You're right. This one will be the one that seems weird. But, I mean, maybe it's fine. Like, he is very happy here. Then getting less happy. And then less happy. and then sad.
Got it.
Not sure if this is touching. Nope. Okay. Oh, actually, wait. No, he wasn't surprised at all, did he? Hold on. Wait. Managed to assert a thoughtful, calculated hypothesis. In other words, you are the something here that didn't match, correct? Appears you have met your match. No worries. That was just one match. There's still the rest of the game to go. No, stop. I was going to pinpoint. Dang it. No, he's not surprised at all. It's weird. Yes, I know. Were you used to seeing him like drunk at his table or something? Window, I'm noticing something strange with these emotions. Something stranger with cheesy toe skin, you say? No, something strange with these emotions. How could you have heard something stranger with cheesy toe skin? That's a disgusting sentence. I don't know, maybe it's me who's got some cheese in my ears? Did he roll the floor to open up and swallow his cushions out of shame for that bad joke? The point I'm trying to make is that I noticed something unexpected in your emotions. Now stop hiding and come out where we can see you. Bailiff, please bring the witness a few more replacement cushions. Wow, oh, that's a few too many. So what was this unexpected thing you noticed? Oh, come on, His Honor said a few cushions, not a few dozen. Now that we've all had a good laugh, please continue, Miss Sykes. Oh, who's laughing? Focus. Don't let yourself get rattled. When you entered the room and saw your master slumped motionless over the table, you weren't the least bit shocked, Window. Don't you think that's a little odd? Is it, though? The lack of surprise means you were prepared for what you saw. And I think I know why. The reason he wasn't shaken was because he was zoned out. He has an entertainer's guts. He knew about his master's death. I mean, this would be the most reasonable thing, right? But that could be it too, I guess. Window, I think maybe the reason you weren't shaken was because you already knew you would find your master dead. Oh, what kind of a thing to say? You got it all wrong. Oh, right, I just remembered something. I thought Shisha was asleep when I first saw him. Okay. You thought he was sleeping? Sounds plausible, but... What makes you think he was asleep? Well, he had his head and arms up on the table as if he were taking a nap. Oh, and one other thing. There was that note, too. A note? What note? Ah, he must be talking about this. Oh. Appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting, do not disturb. Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping? That is a pretty reasonable assumption. You gotta be kidding me. Is it really his handwriting? I saw this note, so that's why I thought Shisha was asleep. Is that other note? Yeah, that handwriting looks a bit different, don't you think? I mean, both are like mildly cursive-y, so they have that going on for them. The T's, though, the T's don't look right from what we can see here versus this one. I don't think you wrote that note. I wanted to change it in my test form to include that statement. All right, I'll run an update. Went to my performance window visit Shisho. Called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. But something seemed off, so I rushed over to him. Mad? Okay. I was shocked to find him dead. Couldn't believe my eyes. Why are you mad? Is mad the actual correct emotion here? That doesn't seem right. But something seemed off.
Got it!
Yeah, like your emotional state. Lindo, I noticed something funny in your emotions again. Funny, you say? I guess an entertainer my caliber can make people laugh even with my emotions. I didn't mean that kind of funny. Quite the opposite, actually. When you entered the dressing room, I see that you suddenly felt anger. What I want to know is, what made you feel angry all of a sudden? What? Let's see. Yeah, now I remember. As I was going in, I whacked my little piggy on something. I was annoyed at my own clumsiness. Wait, you mean you stubbed your pinky toe? Just a little bump of my little piggy. No big deal. It's embarrassing, really. Sounds more like he's hiding something. Better dig a bit deeper. No need to be embarrassed, Window. But I'm afraid it's something we do need to look into. Don't really see anything you could have stubbed your toe on. But maybe there was something there at the time. Window, what exactly did you stub your toe on? What an irrelevant question. You dishonor the soul of the victim with these unnecessary delays. You tell her, really. Who doesn't stub their toe every once in a while? Really gotta fuss over every small detail like this? Well, the thing is... even the most subtle fluctuations in a person's psyche can clue us into the truth. That's why it's important to get to the bottom of this question. Plus, if I back down now, who knows what new insults I will throw my way. True. Is there really no trace left of what Windows was doing by the door? What in the world might have been there then that is not there now? What did he stub his toe on? The table. The table's been moved. Yeah, the whole ass table moved.
Take that!
Window, is this what you stub your toe on? Oh, I could never stub my toe on that. That'd really be starting things out on the wrong foot. Right, Mr. Golden Ager?
Golden Ager, don't you dare send me off to the retirement home yet, Sonny. Anyway, I hope Miss Sykes didn't stub her toes on her teeth as her foot entered her mouth.
Really? Fuck off, Heat. Yeah. Wait. Does it not count for the leg? It's really not the table?
Take that!
Oh, I was right. Hold on. I was right. I just clicked on the wrong leg, I guess. I would think that they would want you to click near where, like, there's the obvious imprint being moved, you know? But I guess you just do it on the table itself.
Take that!
Wait, what? Wait, whoa, wait, whoa. Huh? Did I not just click on the same thing I did last time? This is odd. Are we okay? So we're saying like this trail of weirdness is actually not just the photo being.
Take that!
Take a good look at this photo of the crime scene. Do you see it? This long track that goes from the door all the way across the room.
Now that you mention it, I do see traces of something getting dragged.
And the drag mark ends there, at the TV. This implies that the TV was originally by the door. I'm convinced that this TV is the object the witness stubbed his toe on. Well, Uendo, how about it? Yes, you're right. It was the TV. 10%. Yeah, the noise level dropped again. Yes, I stubbed my pinky toe on the TV. But what of it? Why is this so important to you? So the noise went down, but it hasn't completely disappeared yet. Which means he's still hiding something. Wendo, why was the TV moved there? Shisho must have moved it so he could watch my routine. But what a place to put it, right in the middle of the doorway like that. I didn't want to bump into it again, so I put it back where it belonged. Performances on stage can be viewed in the dressing room using that TV. That's right, the closed-circuit monitor that shows the stage. Oh, interesting. I see. Now what? Can't find anything else out of the place. Still haven't gotten the noise level down to 0 yet. Simon, I'm still getting noise here, but I don't see anything else fishy.
Precisely why amateurs are such a bother.
Sorry.
I'm in no mood to play nursemaid here, but if that's what it takes to save the soba shop. Hoy, Wendo. Here's a curiosity for you. This table Master Tornado is slumped over looks like it was moved. Thank you.
Okay, you know, I really appreciate having Simon on our side this time because he actually sticks up for us.
Did you happen to bump into it while you were moving the TV back?
And he also has eyes that are functional. Yes, you're right. The TV hit the table and Shisho's body moved with a jolt. That's when I first realized that Shisho was dead. Oh, but how scared I was.
I see. Thank you. I'm finally getting a more precise picture of how the body was discovered. I'd wager you need to put the spurs to Wendo just a trifle longer.
Right. Can't keep asking Simon to bail me out like this. Time for me to regain my footing and really stand on my own. Wendo, what you just said now about discovering your master's death, could you please describe all that again for the court in detail? All right. But before you do, let me just plug in the latest information. Also, my head hurts. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I opened the doorway, I thought he was sleeping. I tried to enter the dressing room, but stubbed my toe on the TV. When I put the TV back in its normal spot, I realized that Shisho was dead. Seeing him slumped over that cluttered table. Oh, Shisho. Okay, he is super surprised. And only kind of sad.
Got it!
Maybe not. Music didn't stop. Yeah, this again. Okay. So was he mad not just because he stubbed his toe, but because his, Shisho wasn't watching it? Because I assumed that it was unplugged. don't think that emotion seems mostly right. Right? Or is it too much like it's surprising how upset he is about him being slumped over?
Got it!
Like, shouldn't sadness be outweighing the other one? It's odd. After the initial shock of finding the victim dead, you reacted with surprise again. What was it that surprised you, Endo, besides your master's death? What do you mean? What's more, you were even more surprised the second time than the first. What could have surprised you more than finding your late master? Search me. Your little thingy must have made a mistake.
Silence!
The girl is as sharp as a trout, to be sure. But her ability to hear people's emotion is absolute. Now get to remembering, Endo. What was it that surprised you? That was a compliment, right? Sharp as a trout. Well, Ooh. Oh boy. We pushed him too hard and now he's mentally all over the place. His emotions are completely out of control. Out of control? Okay, to explain how that's relevant. You know how normally I listen for the hidden emotions in a witness's voice, right? From there, I look for inconsistencies between their testimony and these emotions. But sometimes a person's feelings can run too high, making it hard to get proper readings. So that's how your Matrix program works. Fascinating. Ordinarily, it's just one emotion that runs out of control. But it seems there's nothing ordinary about it this time. He's super mad. Called him from outside the room. Sad. But he didn't reply. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. Tried to enter the dressing room, but stubbed my toe on the TV. When I put the TV back into its normal spot, I realized that Shisha was dead. Seeing him slump over that cluttered table. Oh, Shisha. Guess this is his ability as a performer, right? Knew it. What's got your knickers all in a bunch now? Wendo has multiple emotions running out of control at the same time. Never seen anything like this, ever. So how does one bring a situation like this back under control? I have to find the root cause of this tangled mess before I can treat him. If I can identify what is causing this emotional rampage. Then I can probe to dive in further. I'll need to point to what I think is the root cause and hit probe again. Through this process, I can identify exactly what's causing Wendo so much distress. And that will help bring his emotion back under control. In that case, let's get started, shall we? Right, I can't guarantee success, but it's definitely worth a shot. And look for the root cause of Wendo's rampaging emotions. Yeah, I assume it's because we didn't watch the show, right? I would assume it's this. Ooh, music. Seems to be the cause of your shock, sadness, and anger, Wendo. Express many emotions such as surprise, sadness, and anger upon my cushions. To me, these expressions are simply an act. If I lost control over such things, they wouldn't be very effective on stage, now would I? Looks like I got it wrong. Keep it simple, Latina. Thinking too hard will only drive you mad as well. It's gotta be the TV then, right? Huh. See, I was thinking he didn't the master didn't watch his show, right? That would be the reason. Or did he not think his own show was good? Maybe? this. I feel like I'm on the right track. I'm just not doing the right thing here. Why would the table be the cause of the turmoil? It's not good. I'm glad it's not the table. Because that really wouldn't make much sense. Was he more upset about the TV not being plugged in? Again, I guess maybe I'm hyperfixating on that a little bit. Yeah, it's not actually the case. Or it must be the cards. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. I get it now. The cards are the root of it all. Hey, don't try to deny it. You can't hide your feelings from me. The dying message that was left at the scene of the crime is what was causing your distress. As the dying message was the cause of all those feelings, then that means the phrase "own forth" must mean something to you. There. Noise level is 0. Finally. The dying message consists of 2 words, Owen and forth. But neither of these 2 words have anything to do with this witness. This topic warrants no further argument. Sure, there may not seem to be any direct connection between the window and the message. For now. But why don't you wait and decide what's necessary after you hear my theory? Trust you've hit upon something, yeah. The ability to bluff, probably? Yep, if my theory is right, we can finally solve the case of Window and the mysterious Owen Forth. Well, go on then. I already tell this promises to be interesting. You share your theory at the court, Miss Sykes. There's something puzzling to me about Windows out of control emotions just now. Namely, that there were 3 distinct reactions present. Never seen that before, and I wondered how it could be possible. Is there a conclusion to this meandering musing of yours? Hold your horses, I'm getting there. So, could a person flip between 3 distinct emotions with such intensity like a switch? In the end, I concluded that it just wasn't possible. So that's it, is it? A bit unconventional, but I'll grant it is possible within the realm of psychology. He's hiding it with the extremes, I assume, is what we're saying? Within the realms of psychology. For you to explain it for the old man up here on the bench. Your Honor, my theory is a robot. Has supernatural powers, has multiple personalities. That's the only one that would think even any degree of sense. With so many distinct personas, it's clear to me that the Window has dissociative identity disorder. What does that even mean? Your Honor, the defense would treat this trial as a child's jest. Multiple personality disorder. A preposterous proposition indeed. Would you not agree, witness? How did she know? How did she figure it out? Pukunka. Can't believe it. I did it. I did it, Simon. Read papers on it before, but I think I'd see a case of it for myself. Blimey. Rakugo artists tell stories as different characters, but as different personalities. Hey, you lawyer girl. You got a problem with us, huh? No problem at all. It's all very hard to believe. But now that we've established that the witness has multiple personalities, could each of them please introduce themselves to this court? Uendo Tornado. I'm a Rakugo storyteller, as you know. Hello, everyone. Patches, the friendly jester here. Kisagawa, courtesan. Is that all of you? Yes, that's all of us. So there are 3 personalities in total? No, there's totally 4. Window, Patches, and Kisagawa, huh? Well, Simon, what do you think now? You're one lucky duck. Just be glad they're dense enough to help you out. Can you just straight up say I did great for a change? You appear to be quite proud of your self-defense, but all you have done is infringe upon the privacy of the witness. I couldn't disagree more, prosecutor. Now that we know there are 3 personalities, a new way for us to interpret the meaning of a certain piece of evidence has arisen. A new interpretation? Oh, now I'm very curious. What is this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes? Knowing what we know about Windows personalities, this now makes perfect sense. Are we going to say that the 4th one makes sense? That almost seems too obvious.
Take that!
But it is, right? The card to cards? That's right, Your Honor. Recall the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen Forth could have possibly meant. But now, with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen Forth actually means a secret 4th personality of Uendo's? A personality named Owen? What? Okunka. Uendo must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us because he didn't want us to be associated anyway with that dying message. No, that's not why. He kept our disorder a secret for a different reason altogether. Been taking advantage of our affliction to act out various Rakugo characters. If word this got out, well, our reputation as a Rakugo artist will be tarnished, as would the Tornado name. That's why we kept it a secret from everyone except members of the Tornado School. But really, there's no 4th personality. It's just the 3 of us in here. A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it? But I will concede that it is highly likely that the witness rearranged the cards. Prosecutor Samadi actually agreeing with us? However, is it not also possible that the accused killed Master Tornado? And then left that message in order to frame the witness? And upon noticing the cards when he found the victim's body, Uendo rearranged them. A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside the Tornado School knew about Uendo's multiple personalities. Uendo just finished saying so himself. That is true, but ultimately meaningless point. The witness is only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. It's far too little to commit murder, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Then who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery? That spring chick memory of yours. Have you already forgotten Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony? Simon's testimony? Oh. Gary escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to bring the hall to the Well, this doesn't make sense. How could he be doing Rakugo and sleeping? That's right. Until just a few minutes before Uendo entered the dressing room, Taifutine was confirmed to still be alive. Not only that, but Uendo was on stage until just before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I've already confirmed with several audience members. Yeah, but the TV was next to the door. If the TV was still plugged in and was playing its sound loud, then you'd hear Rakugo, now wouldn't you? I also heard that his Rakugo performance that day was a steaming pile of... Well, you get the picture. Yes, I'm afraid so. Really stunk up the stage, I did. Yet I have a perfect alibi. Indeed. Why not land the coup de grace on the defense by describing your alibi, witness? Okie dokie, Smokey. I was on stage until just moments before I went into the dressing room. And the entire audience was my witness. My performance was a huge bust. Not a single soul laughed. I'll never be able to live down how terribly I bombed during that very important show. Uendo was on stage before he found the body, so he could not have committed this crime. It is time to let it all go, defense, and move on. Well, get this, Prosecutor Sanmati. The right anything agency never gives up. We fight to the bitter end. Feh. Allow me to say this once more. Let it go and move on. And allow me to say once more, I'm never giving up. Let it go and never! This is pointless. You should have taken advantage of this opportunity while you could, you foolish child. Your worthless convictions only serve to prolong the accused's suffering. If words will not sway you, then perhaps pain will. Oh no, anything but this. Really, Mayuta? Squeezing a woman's chest in public like this? You disgusting pig. Cut it for us, Simon. Oh, or that. What's the big deal, Prosecutor Samadi? That was but a small dose of punishment for your misguided convictions. Are you now a bit more inclined to go up as instructed? As if! In that case, you must require another dose. Thank you, Simon. Not bloody likely. I don't give two flips about your beliefs. Thank you, Simon, so much. But if Sykes don't know where to submit to you here, I won't be able to get good soba anymore. That's right. For Mr. Wet's future and Prosecutor Blackwell's stomach. I'll never give up. You will rue those words, defense. Of that I can assure you. This is going on longer than I thought it would, to be honest. I think I have this bottle of water.
Hold it!
How can we be sure it was you who was on that stage? You asking whether it could have been some imposter? I guess so. Unlike a big arena, a Rakugo theater is a cozy little place. It would be hard to fool an audience with such an intimate setting, don't you think? Yeah, I guess you're right. Good. Glad we could clear that up. Because I guess you could say. The entire audience was my witness. Hello, Nick Relations. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. We're enjoying some Ace Attorney, as we are often to do nowadays. I see you're enjoying. Are you playing Kingdom Hearts still, or what were you playing? Was there anything special about the stage or your performance you can tell me? For example, were the lights dimmer than usual? Were there any problems or accidents? Not a thing. Everything was the same as always. Mr. Prosecutor, you questioned the audience, didn't you? Yes, of course. Apparently nothing seemed amiss to them except, well, one small thing. One small thing? Oh, you're playing Genshin. Nice. I haven't played Genshin in a long time, but I assume they're still pushing out lots of story and characters and everything else. Did you pull any gacha today and get any new characters? Oh, it's so embarrassing. Tried my best. Really, I did. My performance was a huge bust. Well, I can read the kana fine. The kanji is one of those things that defeated me pretty well with learning Japanese. You're obsessed with Genshin Impact. I see. These things happen. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You can enjoy the thing. I mean, Genshin itself was fun when I played it. Like, as far as Breath of the Wild ripoffs go, they did add like an interesting elemental combat system on top of it. So it was fun. I just hated the health sponges and like how annoying and grindy artifact collection was and everything else. So that combined with like having a high adventure level to get the artifacts that you wanted in the first place that were actually decent just contributed to me just being like, no thanks. But I like the characters and the story of what I got for that period of time that I played was good. So I assume they've kept it up, given that people still are interested in it.
Hold it!
I hope if you roll, excuse me. I hope that if you rolled that you got some good weapons, artifacts, or characters. Do you have any idea what went wrong? I'm not sure if it was my performance, or if it was just that particular audience. Or maybe it was the story I picked. But every entertainer knows this kind of thing happens from time to time. I guess that makes sense. So, when are you going to flop to his own commemorative show? Maybe I should dig into things a bit more. Actually, yeah, tell me, what did you perform? Did you perform the Soba thing? Could you tell me which Rakugo story you performed? I could, but I'm not sure if it would mean anything with you uninitiated. Well, even if I might not get it, can't you at least try me? Here comes the contradiction, I bet. Alright, if you insist. The story I performed is called... Oh no, this one... No. Wait a minute. Oh, he did mess up. Because that's what Uendo was supposed to do. Yeah, he was supposed to do Soba Glutton that day. Ah, and that's what we heard during the death scene, too. Okay. Time Soba, huh? Maybe Uendo was right. He's only said the name of the routine I'm already lost. So you performed Time Soba, did you? What? You know it, Prosecutor Samadi? In the course of my studies last night, I became familiar with a number of stories. I must say, Defense, you would do well to prepare better for your next trial. Simon, what's Time Soba about? Passimo Genshin Maximo is a Puyo Puyo mode game. I only appeared once. Like, Puyo Puyo, like the Tetrisy type thing? That kind of Puyo Puyo? Look it up yourself. Allow me to give an overview. The story takes place on a winter's night. A man orders a bowl of soba at a street stall. How are you doing, sir? What can I get for you? I see you got seaweed-topped hanamaki soba and mixed topping shippoku soba. I'll have a bowl of shippoku, my good man. It sure is cold tonight, isn't it? But there's nothing like a hot bowl of noodle and soup to warm the soul. You know it, sir. One shippoku coming right up. So how's business? Not so great, sir. Is that so? Well, that's great, because things only get better from here, right? Well, Prosecutor. The customer talks on and on like this. Finally, when he is done eating, he goes to pay for his soba. How much do I owe you? That'll be 16 mon, sir. I see. Sorry, but I only have small change on me. I'll count the coins in your palm so you could hold out your hand for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, what time is it? It's 9, sir. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Thanks, and bye. Oh, very well done, Prosecutor Samadi. That was excellent. Oh, I think I actually do know this this routine, actually. He, like, tricks him so he doesn't have to pay him as much. What's so funny about that?
Don't you see? The customer paid with coins, counting them out one by one. Then just after counting 8, he asked about the time. And the soba vendor answered with 9.
Now I get it. He made the vendor say 9, and then he continued counting from 10.
Exactly. He cheated the soba vendor out of 1 mon with his smooth talking. The story continues with another man who saw the whole thing and tried to do the same. But he bungled the trick and ends up paying more than 16 mon for his soba. The story ends on that as a punchline. You can look at the rest of the details yourself. Oh, I'm sure Prosecutor Sad Monk over there would love to perform it for you after court.
So, basically, it's a story about a man cheating on his soba bill. That's kind of petty, isn't it? Okay, it is classic Puyo Puyo. Gotcha. I played that one before. It's fun. I remember there's like a whole story mode, I think, in not a remake, but they made a new Puyo Puyo game recently, right? Like within the last few years. Is that really all you have to say about this classic story? Time soba is such a well-known staple of Rakugo that the skill of those gods is critical.
Fine, so you studied a lot. But we haven't the time for a lecture detour right now, Prosecutor Sad Monk. Oh, I wanted to hear a little more. I suppose it is off topic. Getting back to the matter at hand, Miss Sykes, the witness stated that the story I performed is called Toki Soba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Would you like to add this statement to a testimony?
Yes, it's a contradiction. Have it added. Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to have it added.
Very well.
So, he performed the wrong story in order to hide the fact that he killed the other guy. Weird, I thought the clown girl was the one who did it. Alright. That's wrong. Window, isn't there something odd about the routine you performed? Odd? No, I don't think there's anything odd about it. But that's exactly what I find odd. The fact that you don't think it's odd. We are discussing the witness's alibi at the moment, defense. The show's program is completely irrelevant. That's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Samadi. The reason being it contradicts the statement the witness just made. Window, do you know what this is? No, what is it? This is an invitation to the show, sent from Master Tornado to Prosecutor Blackwell. Included in the invitation is a rundown of the show's program, which clearly states that Time Soba was to be performed by Master Tornado himself. No. Window, why did you perform the routine your master was scheduled to do? Well, you see, the reason for that is... How do I say this? You see, let's say it was a prank. That's right, it was just a little joke, you see. I was trying to surprise Shisho by performing his routine before he did. No, he was trying to make it seem like he was practicing. I don't know if I buy that. Was doing the victim's routine really just for laughs? Or hey, didn't Simon happen to hear Time Soba coming from the dressing room during Uendo's performance on stage? Seems like too much of a coincidence. Could it be?
What's the matter? You look like a hen with a dozen eggs to lay.
Stop comparing me to birds.
And then cease this bird-brain timidity. If something has occurred to you, then lay it out for us already. Don't breed resentment in those watching your performance.
Okay. I don't have a ton of confidence in this theory, but here goes. That is not what to say in court, Athena. You need to learn to bluff better, like Wright does. You should have all the confidence in your theory. Looks like Uendo's alibi checks out, Your Honor, but even though he was on stage at the time, he may have been trying to obfuscate a crucial detail about this case. Sorry, obfuscate.
Are you referring to the Somerville the man tried to skip on in the witness's story?
I'm not talking about the Rakugo story, Your Honor.
Oh, so I'm sorry, but then what are you talking about, Miss Sykes?
What Uendo may have been trying to do time of the victim's death. Uendo tried to deceive us about the time of the victim's death.
What?
Objection.
What gibberish. Prosecutor Blackwell even testified to the time of the victim's death. I know. But he only testified that way because he and Geiru had been completely taken in.
What do you mean? By the sober bill thing?
Would you please forget about the story for a second, Your Honor?
I was deceived.
Pray tell, how did Uendo manage to deceive two people while he was performing on stage? That's easy. All he had to do was use a certain prop in the dressing room.
Oh, what might that be?
The prop Uendo used
Take that!
was the closed-circuit TV. This TV was used to view what was happening on stage. Prosecutor Blackwell, when you came to the dressing room, what was Uendo doing?
He was performing Time So Blast, could it be?
Yes, it could, and it was. What you and Geiru heard was not Master Tornado practicing his routine. It was Uendo's performance, as heard through those TV monitor speakers.
What?
But the TV just inside the inner door of the dressing room could easily be heard from the hallway outside.
And because we knew that Master Tornado was scheduled to perform Time Sober, we were easily manipulated to thinking he was still alive at the time, rehearsing.
Yes, your knowledge of today's program is why the two of you could be fooled this way. Simon, did the voice you hear belong to Master Tornado?
Well, the door's in the way, I couldn't tell exactly who the voice belonged to. But because I heard Time Sober, I just assumed it was Master Tornado. I can't believe I was taken in by such a simple mind.
Objection.
All that is mere conjecture. Where's your proof, defense?
Action!
Uendo moved the TV back when he discovered the body. After all, he couldn't very well leave it by the door, because then someone might figure out the trick he'd been playing. And there's one more thing about Uendo's actions that's suspicious. I'm going to say it because I'm not 100% sure where we're going with this one. And that is the fact that he flopped so badly on such an important occasion.
What's so suspicious about that? Even pros slip up once in a while, you know?
But I believe that this time it was intentional, because Uendo knew it'd be strange to hear laughter coming from the dressing room.
Oh, why?
Eeps. It's all just a bit too perfect to be sheer coincidence. Plus, if the voice Prosecutor Blackwell and Geiru heard was due to Uendo's scheming, then the victim's time of death could have been earlier than 4. In other words, Uendo could have killed Master Tornado himself. Okay, wait. Problem, though. Bucky still went in there on 4, right? So how did Bucky not notice?
Got you by the stones now, Uendo. So you better confess everything. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
We demand an explanation. Uendo. I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. Is it the defense's claim that Tornado is the true murderer in this case? If he tampered with the crime scene, then we have to at least consider him a suspect. Now, wait just one minute. Yes, I admit to messing with the dressing room, but I didn't kill Shisho. And why did you tamper with the crime scene? I refuse to answer that question. What? If you suspect this witness, then I have a question for you. What could it be this time? Uendo had absolutely no reason to murder Typhoon Tornado. After all, why would Uendo kill the man who recognized his skills and promoted him? Oh, well, his motive was, I can't think of a single thing. It appears you're also not aware of one other fact. And that is that the accused visited the dressing room before 4 p.m. as well. It's not natural, then, to suppose that the accused killed the victim at that time. What? Nobody told me Wait, that was literally in the testimony. We did tell you, Athena. We were only discussing the time frame after 4 p.m., so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made the time period before 4 p.m. relevant. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. So you really do not know what your client was doing during that time frame, do you? Well, it was all very sudden, and, why did you wait until the very last second to contact me, Simon?
Don't you give me that look. And just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the Master before 4 p.m. either.
This sort of thing is exactly why that prosecutor keeps calling us unprepared.
The defense will stop squabbling this instant.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Prosecutor Samati, please continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Defense, you know the soba-making implements in the dressing room, correct? Is he talking about the equipment for making soba noodles?
You speak of the large bowl that is used to mix buckwheat flour and water, the long rolling pin, and a special knife that is used to cut the dough into noodles.
Precisely. These tools all came from the accused's soba shop. You mean they didn't belong to Master Tornado? Mr. Wet had visited the dressing room to give the victim a soba-making lesson. And that visit was before 4 p.m. Afraid that after the accused kneaded the dough and made those noodles. He committed the act of murder. But wait, that doesn't add up. If Mr. Wet killed the victim before 4 p.m., why would he return to that room at a later time? Oh good, he's here now. Wait, what? Wet soba. Kid and caboodle when it comes to noodles.
Oh my!
I am Ms. Chickadee. Hey, Simon. The reason I went back is because Master Tornado ordered uncooked noodles. Mr. Wet. Yesterday I brought noodle making tools to the dressing room at around 2 p.m. Dash from Master Tornado order uncooked soba noodles to stock up on. Uncooked noodles to stock up on? Yes, ma'am. Master Tornado kept a supply of soba noodles from my shop in his fridge. Only had one serving left, so I went back to my shop to get some more. One serving of noodles in the fridge? But I thought the fridge was practically empty. You know, whereabouts of the missing noodles isn't all that important now.
You ran into me and Gedru when you came back to deliver the uncooked soba, correct?
That's right, Simon. Made time out of my busy day to deliver the noodles. And you know what? He ignored me when I called to him from the inner doorway. He just kept mumbling Rakugo lines for ages. And I went back to my soba shop. So that's why he got mad. Oh, so he's already dead, right? If what he's saying is true, then there's no way he could be the murderer. I swear I'm not telling the truth. I swear I'm telling the truth, Miss Chick.
Bailiff, quick, get this man to the infirmary. Well, dare say he's quite the handful.
Your Honor, please accept the statements Mr. Wet made just now to evidence. I believe the accused statements about going to the room at around 2 p.m. is true, for it falls within the victim's estimated time of death.
That opens up the possibility that the crime was committed between 2 and 4. Some critical information.
Yes, Your Honor. 2 and 5. But other than that one point, Mr. Wet's statements are dubious without proof. But they are the words of the defendant himself. Simon, back me up here.
He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept them either. Well, I understand the defense's feelings on the matter. This courtroom is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit.
Now what do we do? I trust you have no further objections, defense. Last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward to the twilight realm.
Silence!
What are you yammering on about, Prosecutor Sadmonk? We saw something we need to question Wendo about.
We do? Like what?
Well, don't just stand there.
But we don't have any evidence left to present.
You've forgotten already. Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question?
A hidden witness? Oh, that's right. Your Honor, there's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing yet.
Oh, what is this bit of unfinished business?
You haven't finished discussing this issue related to Wendo. We started to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality, the one named Owen.
Are you suggesting that this fourth personality of Owen might be the true culprit?
Jeez, not that again. I told you we don't know anything about this Owen. Look, Wendo, I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but this Owen may have one for all we know.
Come clean now, Wendo. You got another personality stashed away, haven't you?
Please, tell us everything you know about Owen. That's enough. The witness has already stated that he knows not of any Owen character. Bravo, you tell him, Mr. Prosecutor.
Hey, Patches. If you claim you don't know Owen when you really do, that's tantamount to perjury. If you want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well, that's a different story.
Do not listen to the depraved prosecutor witness. You'll be tainted with his evil.
Do you have any idea how dark and cold a prison cell is?
I exercise my right to remain silent.
What's this now? Changing horses in midstream, are you?
Shut up. I'll remain silent, that's it. Patches, you fool. You stay out of this.
Patches is not the brightest bulb in that box you call a noggin, is he? The fact that he switched from I don't know any Owen to I will remain silent is proof that he does know about Owen.
There it is again. Simon's formidable psychological manipulation tactic. Sure glad he's on my side today.
Objection.
You dirty, despicable, depraved prosecutor! You were leading the witness! Witness, there's no need for you to submit yourself to the defense's questioning. Your Honor, Wendo is definitely hiding something. Please, allow me to question this witness about the existence of Owen.
Suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Very well. Allow the defense to proceed.
Excuse me. Sorry, I keep yawning. Again, the Spirit of Justice court cases go on way longer than I expect them to. Like, there really hasn't been like a good stopping point for this, which is annoying because considering we're at episode 4 of the game, that typically means that there's going to be more than one day. Ow. That typically means there's going to be more than one day, right? So more investigations, etc. So I'm kind of hoping, that we get a good pause point for me to stop, considering how my day was today and being sick and everything else. So I don't know if I want to continue this or not. Give me a minute. I'm not gonna look up any answers, but I'm gonna try to find like one of those guide type things to have like bullet points maybe. I just want to know where is okay, this thing, like little table of contents, has like trial day 1, part 1 and part 2, and it does say about Owen is the last part of this. So we'll do this. We'll finish this. Okay. Have I met any personality named Owen? And Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic. We're always aware, so we'd definitely notice if a personality like that showed up. How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture? They're always aware, huh? Yeah, how am I supposed to deal with the testimony of 3 personalities? Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack their testimony head on. Alright, I will. Just stop piling the pressure on me. I have to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out into the open. You and Owen was her? What? Do 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 do. It's a good Toho soundtrack, by the way.
Hold it!
Met, huh? Is that how you experience each other? Like people meeting on the street? Well, it's more like all 3 of us are always here. And the personality that's most suited to the moment is the one that comes out. So when you're out of window, what are the other 2 doing? Well, we never know when our turn will come, right? So we stand by and listen. So that means all 3 of you share the same memories? I never really thought about it, but I guess that's right. I see. Thank you. Please continue. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic. Patches, can I have a word with you, please? Why, hello, you rang. You said at first that you didn't know anybody named Owen, but then you exercised your right to remain silent. Were you afraid of committing perjury? Well, you see... I'll take over from here if you don't mind. Listen, I hate to say it, but Patched's about as smart as a sack of rocks. You grill him with a bunch of highfalutin words, he's going to want to stay silent. I see. So looking after loose-tongued Patches is your role, is it, Miss Kisagawa? Well, I don't know about that, but anyway. I do know that Patches was just flustered. That's why he decided to remain silent. We're always aware. So that's going to be part of this.
Hold it!
But what if for some reason you 3 were unconscious at the time of the incident? If the 3 of you weren't alert and aware, what would happen? Well, what would happen? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, you 3 share the same memories, right? What if Owen is different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the 3 of you are unaware or unconscious.
Objection!
Instead of speaking as if this 4th personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first. Well, we've already seen 3 personalities. A 4th wouldn't be a stretch. Isn't there an episode of Psych like this? Where there's someone with multiple personalities and like one of the personalities kills the other people? Something like that. We dishonor the victim in this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof. Have you ever heard these old sayings, Prosecutor Samadi? What happens twice will happen thrice. If you see one, there are likely 30 in your home. Basing my theory on such premises. Comparing us to cockroaches. Do we bug you that much, girlie? But how do you intend to prove it? How will you prove that all 3 personalities became unconscious, as you say? Unless you can do that, all this talk is merely empty speculation. Is the fact that the story was told poorly an indication of it? Well, don't be so timid. If you have it, then find it. Look for something that could render a window and the other's unconscious. Sounds right. Can't back down now. Frank Knight, Mr. Wet, I have to. Wait, Mr. Wet? Let me rest. If there were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. I'm fresh like my soba. Only the soba dough rash. Spall about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat soda is fresh, cut the dough is fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. He's blacked out. Mr. What? Falling unconscious. Wait a minute, I think I've got it. I don't. Miss Sykes, you have proof to back up your theory. there are 2 drink cans in the fridge. The room is covered in soba flour. Did he get drugged somehow? Nothing down at the lungs. Balloon. Eating dumplings to the dog. Resting, do not disturb. I don't. Am I supposed to? Look for something that could render Uendo and the others unconscious. I mean, the only thing I think was alcohol, right? That they were both drinking. I'm gonna say yes. Yes, Your Honor, I do. The proof is right here in this crime photo.
It is. In that case, please point out what supports your theory.
This most likely would cause Uendo to lose consciousness. The booze.
Take that!
This is probably what made Uendo lose consciousness.
Yes, the sake. It isn't just like Master Tornado pick a fine brand like Camel.
Sake? Oh, you mean rice wine? Oh, please, don't call it rice wine. It's so unsophisticated. It's not even wine. Silly gal.
Must agree, you need to become more cultured, Athena.
Tomato, tomato. It's made of rice and people get drunk from drinking it, right? It's like not calling it Nihonshu and that kind of thing, yeah?
It's called sake. End of story.
Fine, sake it is then. Ay, caramba. But he's so touchy about these things.
I recall Master Tornado would often have a drink or two before performing. It made him more eloquent. Drinking too much of the stuff can make one lose consciousness, though, of course.
And look, there were 2 glasses on the table. Uendo, I believe your master offered you some sake. And then you must have drank too much and passed out. That's when your 4th personality, Owen, emerged. I drank sake. Oh, that's a good one. We have a real sweet tooth, you see. So yes, we did accept a sugary red bean bun. But since we really dislike sake, we said no thank you to that. Believe it or not, we're really weak when it comes to booze. Even a tiny drop can knock us right out.
So you see,
I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. Oh, I bet you they're alcoholic. Yeah, they're camel buns. Look at that. What? That can't be right. The defense demands that the glasses be examined right away. Amateur? Did you really think I had not already done so? Your foolishness is beyond the pale. Don't tell me. There was no trace of the witness having touched either of the glasses, naturally. Right, of course.
Miss Sykes, would you like the witness's statement added to his testimony?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Very well.
So if you had even a tiny sip of sake, you'd conk right out, huh? That's why you didn't touch the glass that Master Tornado offered, correct? Yes, that's right. Then maybe you ate something that had sake in it as an ingredient? I don't recall doing anything like that. He doesn't recall doing it, but that doesn't necessarily mean he didn't. He just might not have known that he did. Gotta take another good look at the evidence.
So he didn't drink any sake, huh?
Boy, now we're in trouble.
That kind of answer is exactly why Sadmug keeps insulting you. Now use your head. There are countless ways Wendo could have gotten sake into his mouth besides drinking it.
Well, I don't know about the countless part, but...
But nothing. Give it some thought. You'll figure something out.
So, the witness must have had something that contained sake. Is there anything in the court record that hints at something like that? Yes. Oh, wait. Oh, this doesn't work. Wait, how am I supposed to get to the crime scene photo then? Is there... Oh, noble panda. Okay. Still though, that's confusing. Yeah, Blackwell. Oh boy, nice panda. Are we sure?
Objection!
No. Is it really not the crime scene photo? Hold on, sorry. We're exploring here, trying to figure out why this doesn't work. Like, what do you mean? No, we're not saving. Okay, so if it's not the evidence picture, it's got to be something else, right? So, not this. Apparently it's not this. But again, like, he ate the manju bun, and the manju bun has camel stuff on it. So that seems like the obvious thing. There's no mention of the camel stuff in here. Simon's statement isn't going to do us any good. This has camels on it. Is this from this? It's not that, is it?
Objection!
Oh, really? That's... This shows what most likely made Ueno lose consciousness. That note. Are you feeling lightheaded, child? Or perhaps a bit peckish? I'm not hungry. My head feels just fine. Thank you very much. Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it? What exactly is your point, Defense? This faint design here reminds me of the paper from... Yep, it's a piece of the wrapping paper on the box of manju bun by the victim on the floor. Oh, I know. You may not have drunk any sake. But you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right? Well, yes, that's right. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, Ueno, but I believe the manju you ate caused you to fall unconscious. The bean bun? But how? Because those buns contained a secret ingredient. A very punchy secret ingredient at that. Punchy secret ingredient? Yes. The designs on the wrapping paper matches that of something else in the room. It does? The design of this object matches that of the manju box wrapping paper.
Take that!
The camel pattern. It's the same as the one for camel brand sake.
So, just as Uendo said, he didn't drink any sake per se. But he did eat some. Impossible. Sorry, voice losing. Uendo had a camel brand red bean bun, which boosts a nice shot of sake as one of its ingredients.
The defense is claiming Ueno passed out after consuming a camel sweet bun. She allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm claiming.
But there's one thing that bothers me. Wouldn't the alcoholic content of the buns evaporate as they're steamed?
In order to give them a stronger flavor, some manju are specially made to retain as much of their alcoholic content as possible. What kind of lightweight do you think I am? Even I wouldn't pass out from eating a simple manju. Then how about we test that theory? What do you say, Your Honor?
Seeing is believing, as they say. Very well, I will allow a test.
Thanks, Your Honor. Simon, go buy some camel manju on the double. Don't forget to give me one too, okay?
Why must I? And while you're at it, Prosecutor Blackwell, you'll get one from me as well. Not the courthouse stable boy, you know. But just this once, I'll request. Taka, I'm counting on you. And all of you had better pay me back. Aww. But I thought it would be your treat, Prosecutor Blackwell. What a shame. Now then, let's adjourn into the manju ride by Carrier Hawk. Court will reconvene as soon as Taka returns.
Carrier Hawk. Very nice.
To make a key.
Excuse me. All right. The fourth one. We will do that next time. But for now, that's it for today's stream. So, I will say, when I saw Simon down here in the thumbnail, I didn't think that he would be on our team this time. So, that's pretty exciting. And like I said, I really appreciate having Simon on our team because that's it's nice. Like he actually like stands up against the prosecutors, calling bulk, just like throwing random statements out and being dumb and mean to us and everything else. And he even blocks the beads. It's just so nice to have someone like that hanging around with us. You know? All right. But that's all I got for the night. So thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will see you all. Excuse me. Like I said, I was a little bit under the weather today. I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll be back to the good usual and everything else. There isn't really anyone I'm following that's like actively doing anything, it seems. So I don't really have anyone to raid. Otherwise, I would send you over somewhere. I could like look for someone else, I guess, but I don't know. There's no one really floating around. So I'm just gonna call it. I guess I could look to see if anyone else is playing Apollo Justice. There's a couple people. So someone has an objection as their as one of their tags. So it's good. That's interesting. All right, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and not rate anyone though. So the one option that I opened real quick to take a look at had some dubious fan art. So I will spare you all that. So I'll see you later. And bye for now, everyone.